Hello all, welcome to Genius channel. We'll see some previous year physics questions from NDA exam. So this is a question paper of NDA 2 2021 GAT paper. So we are going to see the remaining questions from this question paper. So question number 131. Question number 131. Cornea in human eye is a light sensitive screen, is a muscular diaphragm, contains blood vessels composed of proteins and cells. So which is the correct answer? You have to choose the correct answer. So which is the answer? Answer is it is composed of proteins and cells. It is composed of proteins and cells. Okay. So let's see the structure of eye in detail. Then you'll be able to answer this clearly. So suppose you don't know how can we, if you don't know this part, proteins and cells, you can get that from the remaining options. You can get the answer from the remaining options. So see here. So we all know the basic structure of eye would look like. Okay. So here we have a lens. So this is cornea, isn't it? This is cornea. Then this is lens. Then here we have retina. We have retina. Then we have iris. 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 We have pupil. Ciliary muscles. Ciliary muscles. Then this is vitreous chamber. Vitreous chamber. This is aqueous chamber. This is aqueous chamber. So this is the basic structure of eye. So if we are drawing basic structure of eye and basic parts are this one, that is cornea, this portion. Then this is pupil, this thing that is iris, this is ciliary muscles. Then we have a lens, crystalline lens. Then retina is here. Then here we have optic nerve, optic nerve. Okay, so if we see each part in detail, what is cornea? Cornea, it is the outermost layer, isn't it? Outermost layer is cornea. It is transparent. It is transparent. Cornea, it is outermost layer that is transparent. Then mainly refraction occurs in cornea. Mainly refraction occurs in cornea. Refraction occurs in cornea. Then cornea is composed of proteins and cells. Now, when we come to iris, see, this is iris, isn't it? This portion. So, iris is a muscular diaphragm, or muscular structure. Iris is a muscular structure. Color of iris will be different for different people. Okay, so you see, when you see the eye, some people will be having brown colored iris, some people will have blue colored iris. Okay, so iris color will be different for different people. Then that means iris gives the color of the eye. Now iris controls the size of the pupil. It controls size of the pupil. Size of the pupil. Okay, it will make pupil large. It will make pupil small, like that. Okay, so size of the pupil is controlled by this iris. Now after that we have, so the muscular part is iris. Then we have pupil. Pupil that I told, it is a small opening. This opening will be controlled by iris. So pupil, that is an opening, small opening. It regulates the amount of, so pupil regulates the amount of light. Pupil regulates the amount of light entering the eye. That means light enters the eye through pupil. Then we have lens, that is a crystalline lens. Lens is a crystalline lens. Crystalline lens. Lens is crystalline lens that form an image. Next, retina. What is retina? Retina is the screen of the eye. We can say it is where the image is formed. Retina is where the image is formed. See retina, no? Here is the image forming. Image is formed here. It is the light sensitive part. It is the light sensitive screen. So light sensitive screen, that is our retina, isn't it? So light sensitive screen is retina. It has light sensitive cells. Okay. So retina is the screen. So this is about retina. This they are saying about iris. Next we have optic nerve. Optic nerve. What is optic nerve? Optic nerve transmits the information from this retina to the brain. Optic nerve transmit the information from retina to the brain. Then there is one more thing, ciliary muscles here that will hold the lens or that fix the lens. That fix the lens. Okay, so that is the overall view of an eye. So here, see, cornea is composed of proteins and cells. That is the correct answer. Okay, now we'll go to the next question. So question number 132. So the 131 question answer is option D. Okay. Next is question number 132. Power of a lens of focal length 25 centimeter is. So that is a very direct question, and power, usually every time power they are asking, and so that is not an unexpected question. So power, what is the formula? Power is equal to 1 by focal length, isn't it? Power is equal to 1 by focal length, 1 by F. Okay, so what is the focal length here? It is 25 centimeters, isn't it? 25 centimeter. So whenever they are giving in centimeters, you have to convert that into what? Meters for finding the power, isn't it? You have to convert that into meters. So here 25 centimeter, so that is 25 by 100 meters. So it is 4. Power is equal to 4 diopter. 4 diopter. Answer is power is equal to 4 diopter. So what thing you have to be careful is you have to always convert focal length to meters before finding out the power. You have to convert that into meters. Okay. So power is equal to 1 by F. That is, so when you do this, you get 4 diopter. Option C is the correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. Okay. So we'll move to the next question. Yeah. Spherical mirror formula relating an object distance u, image distance v, and focal length of the mirror f may be applied to a plane mirror. may be applied to a plane mirror when focal length goes to infinity, focal length becomes 0, focal image distance goes to 0, image distance goes to infinity. So here the correct answer is focal length goes to infinity. Focal length goes to infinity. That is the correct answer. Focal length goes to infinity. So mirror formula, 1 by V plus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. So this formula may be applied to a plane mirror. This is for mainly for spherical mirror, isn't it? Spherical mirror. So this formula can be applied to plane mirror. When do we apply that? When focal length goes to infinity. When focal length goes to infinity. So if you don't know, please note down that when focal length goes to infinity, plane mirror formula can be applied to the plane mirror. Next question. Question number 137. Nuclear energy is generated by. Nuclear energy is generated by. Options: nuclear fission and its expression was proposed by Einstein. Nuclear fission expression was proposed by Rutherford. Nuclear fusion expression was proposed by Bohr. Nuclear fusion expression was proposed by Heisenberg. So what is the correct answer? What is the correct answer? Or if you comment it. Okay. So listen. Answer is option A, nuclear fission, and its expression was proposed by Einstein. Okay. So listen carefully. We know how nuclear energy is coming. How nuclear energy is coming. So we have a heavy nucleus, and this nucleus splits, isn't it? Nucleus splits. And it will change to two smaller nuclei, and along with this, what happens? Some amount of energy is released. Okay, so that energy is known as nuclear energy. So nuclear fission means what? A heavy nucleus is being split into two or more small nuclei. Okay, and the energy released during that process known as nuclear energy. So the process, it is nuclear fission. That is correct. Now, who has given the expression? Who has given the expression? So the expression is given by Einstein. Expression is given by Einstein. Einstein said that E is equal to mc square, isn't it? E is equal to mc square. Okay. So where E is the energy. So this is the formula for conversion of a mass into energy. Conversion of a mass into energy. So what is happening actually here? Here there is a mass, isn't it? So that mass is being splitted. So during that process, some amount of mass is converted to energy. So mass converted to energy. That conversion is given by Einstein. This is Einstein's equation, isn't it? Equal to mc square. So conversion of mass into energy follows Einstein's equation. So it is option E, and 37 answer is option A. Nuclear fission and its expression was proposed by Einstein. Okay. So next question. We'll see the next question. Question number 138. Question number 138. Reverberation is a phenomenon affected with multiple refraction of sound, multiple reflection of sound, single refraction of sound, single reflection of sound. Very direct question, isn't it? NCERT class 9, isn't it? NCERT class 9, chapter sound. NCERT class 9, chapter sound. Okay. So what is actually reverberation? Reverberation is nothing but multiple reflection of sound. Multiple reflection of sound. Okay. So what happens? Suppose we have a room or something like this. Sound is being produced. Sound is being produced. The sound reflected multiple times means what happens? Sound is getting reflected multiple times means what happens? The sound will become blur, or we can say that sound will become inaudible. It will not be cleared properly. Okay, so that phenomenon is known as reverberation, multiple reflection of sound. Okay, so that is known as reverberation. Okay, so in order to prevent reverberation only, what you'll do in the theaters and all, in the cinema halls and all, what they do is they'll do the surface with sound absorbing substances. They will use sound absorbing substances, sound absorbing substances in the hall, in cinema halls and all, isn't it? Why? Because the reverberation is prevented. Multiple reflection does not happen. If multiple reflection happens, the sound will not be heard clearly. Okay. So that is about reverberation. So to prevent reverberation, what people do? They'll coat the surface with, or make the surface with some sound absorbing substances, or they can also make the surface rough so that reflection will not happen. Surface of the cinema theater halls and all will be made rough so that what happens, the reflection will not happen. Okay. So next question. In a question from sound. Which among the following is true for propagation of sound waves? So read the statements. Sound waves travel in vacuum and it is transverse wave. Sound cannot travel in vacuum. It is a longitudinal wave. Sound can travel in vacuum. It is longitudinal. Sound cannot travel in vacuum. It is transverse. Very direct, very direct question. So any person who has just read about sound must surely have read this point. So NCERT class 9. This is a question directly from NCERT class 9. So sound wave, what is sound wave? Sound wave is a longitudinal wave. Sound wave is a longitudinal wave. We already studied, isn't it? Sound wave is a longitudinal wave. Light is a transverse wave. Sound is a longitudinal wave. And we call sound wave is a mechanical wave also. Sound wave is a mechanical wave also. That means it requires a medium to travel. It requires a medium to travel. It requires a medium to travel. So what does that mean? It cannot travel through vacuum. It cannot travel through vacuum. It cannot travel through vacuum. Understood? So sound wave is a longitudinal wave. It is a mechanical wave. It requires a medium to travel. It cannot travel through vacuum. It cannot travel through vacuum. Sound is a longitudinal wave. It is a mechanical wave. It requires a medium to travel. It cannot travel through vacuum. So which is the correct option? Sound cannot travel in vacuum. It is a longitudinal wave. That is the correct option. Option B is the correct option. Okay. So thank you all. We'll see you with some more questions in the next class. See you everyone.